Hello everyone, welcome to Loan Officer 101, where we will discuss the topics of what it takes to become a loan officer, or better yet, the steps in order to become a loan officer. I would like to share my screen with you. I'm trying to share the screen. Are you able to see my screen? Okay. Not sure what happened, but I will share the information, and then I will send you the template I will send you the PowerPoint presentation once the training is over if you're interested. Welcome to Loan Officer 101 training. First of all, what is a loan officer? A loan officer is a person who assists clients to obtain mortgage loans. Their professional title is mortgage loan originator. The license process takes 20 hours to complete. NMLS is the National Mortgage Licensing Service, where the license is registered and also the renewal. A bank must sponsor a loan officer. This means a loan officer parks their license with a bank or a broker or a lending institution. Some loan officers are commission-based, others are salary-based. How do loan officers find clients? Loan officers usually find clients through referral partners, seminars, open houses, networking events, workshops, and social media. The pre-approval process is done by a loan officer. Document collection, credit check, income calculation are some of the items that are collected during the pre-approval process. Calculation of income and debt-to-income ratio are part of being a loan officer. The way that this is done is by the monthly income of the borrower being calculated using the following documentation, such as pay stubs for most recent 30 days, W-2s for most recent 2 years. Self-employed borrowers only must collect most recent 2 years of tax returns. Picture identification and social security cards are also collected. Bank statements, retirement accounts, brokerage accounts for most recent 2 months if funds are being used from those types of sources. Once these documents are collected, the loan officer can calculate the income, check the credit, and issue a pre-approval. The pre-approval lasts 90 days. It is very important to keep in contact with your borrowers once they are pre-approved. Advise the pre-approval can be updated if you should advise your clients that their pre-approvals can be updated if they expire before they find the home. Communication is the key to success. Educate your clients, provide literature, show them a roadmap of how to be successful during the loan process. Encourage them to send you messages or contact you with questions or concerns during the process. Stay in contact with the real estate agent. Speak with the agents about the transaction. You should speak to the buyer's agent as well as the listing agent. Get the property's information from the listing sheet. Find out the property taxes. Request a property tax bill if you are unsure of the property taxes. Or you can also look them up online if it's a New York City property at nyc.gov and do a property tax search. Advise on any issues that they may be able to assist with. You must advise the real estate agent if there's any questions that you have that they may help you with in order to ensure that the loan process is smooth. The loan application process starts once the client goes into contract. You will send out the disclosures. You will also collect transcripts, verification of employment letters, and appraisal order. I usually like to collect transcripts and verification of employment letters before the borrower goes into contract, because this way I'm ahead of the game. Once the borrower is in contract, you order the appraisal, and an appraisal is a value of the property. The measurements and pictures are taken by the appraiser and comparable sales in the area. Once the loan is submitted, the processing department takes over. They review the file for any missing information or documents, and they assist the loan officer in collecting documents to prepare the file to submit to underwriting. The underwriting review process consists of the loan application review, appraisal report review, title report review, and commitment. These are some of the items that the underwriter reviews. They require 2 years of employment history. A verification of employment letter is required. They see if there are any gaps in the history of employment. Verbal verification is also collected. The income calculations are reviewed. W-2s and pay stubs, breakdown of overtime and bonus or commission, and percentage of income in relation to obligations. The credit history is also reviewed, as well as the credit score. Watch out for any collections or late payments. There are new rules now when it comes to collection accounts. If it's a FHA loan, we are allowed to lend to borrowers with collections, at least in the banks that I submit my applications to, as long as you have the right calculations. You can either have a payment plan for the collection account, or you can multiply the balance by 0.5%, and that will be the monthly payment. Assets must be seasoned at least 2 months in the bank. The borrower should have enough funds for the purchase. Gifts should be sourced with gift letters, copies of gift checks, and in some situations, account statements will be requested from gift donors. But of course, the account statements for the most recent 2 months at least will be required for the borrowers. A commitment letter is issued once the underwriter receives all of the items requested. In order for the loan to be cleared to close, a homeowner's insurance policy must be obtained by the borrower. The property must be insured for total loss. In some situations, the underwriter may require letters of explanations for questions they have on the application, if there's any special circumstances. Gift letters are also required from gift donors, copies of gift checks. A credit refresh is done a few days before the client closes on the loan to look for any new debt. Verbal verification of employment is also done about 3 days before closing to ensure that the borrower is still employed at their current job. Once everything is collected, the underwriter will issue a clear to close on the file. Closing is scheduled, and the final walkthrough will be done by the real estate agent. On closing day, the borrower goes into the bank attorney. The borrower will meet with the seller, bank attorney, seller's attorney, and buyer's attorney, sign their mortgage note, and receive the keys to their home. These are the steps of becoming a loan officer and the loan process combined into one. Now, I promise that I will share some of the keys to my success. This is the number one key to my success: studying the Word of God. When you put Jesus in the center of your life and you make him the CEO of your business, he will guide you through every step you must take to become successful. The Word of God says, study to become approved. You must study the Word of God, but you must also study your profession so that you will become an expert at what you are doing and people will always look for you. Another secret to my success is staying humble and honest. Every person that is referred to you is treated as a part of your family. You have to see that person as a human being. You have to see that person and put yourself in their shoes and remember that at one point you had no clue of what it took to qualify to buy a home. So you have to stay humble and you have to teach every person, educate your clients, stay in contact with them, be kind to them. And sometimes people, they'll ask you for advice on things that may not have anything to do with the loan process. If you don't have time to answer their questions right then and there, you can always follow up with a phone call during a time when you're less busy. But try never to brush off a person who's being referred to you, because that might be your next meal. That might be your next commission check. You never know. Thank you for joining me today in this training. I hope that the information you received is beneficial to you. And if you're interested in becoming a loan officer, please send me a direct message and I will get you connected with the schools that can provide the licensing training in order for you to take the steps to become a loan officer. And if there's anything else that I can assist you with, I'll try my best. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for your time. And I hope that you're successful in whatever it is that you choose to do with your future career goals. Have a wonderful day. Oh, before I go, does anyone have any questions? I'm checking here in the chat. I don't see any questions, but if you'd like, you can always call me at 646-571-7058, or you can text me. Until next time, shalom.